Pentacles in your tarot deck. This card represents comfort, accomplishment, prosperity. It's kind of like, look at all that I've manifested and created. You could see in this card, this person has this fancy robe on, this fancy hat, fancy pet. It looks like a fancy pet, fancy bird. There's fruitfulness and vegetation all behind, growing. You're in a phase in life where now you can enjoy the fruits of your labor, which is the energy around this card. In most tarot decks, the Nine of Pentacles shows a woman walking through a garden feeling like a queen, and that's kind of what's being represented here. She's looking at all that she's worked hard to accomplish. She feels grateful, safe, secure, and taken care of. Considering the long journey that got her to this point, she deserves it. The Nine of Pentacles is showing you what you're working toward or have currently achieved. Others may look from the outside and tell you how lucky you are, but the reality is that it took a lot of sweat and effort into reaching this point. You can take care of yourself. You're standing alone in a lot of ways, perhaps self-employed or independent, and with this card you could see the reality of what you've achieved. In a love reading, when this card appears, you are feeling separate from a partner. Maybe you're single and that you'd like to have a partner. It isn't something you feel you have to have. You're feeling totally empowered and independent because you know that you're all you need. If you're in a relationship, there's a sense of independence. You and your partner may happily live separate lives. You do your thing and they do their thing. There's one more thing that should be mentioned. Although wealth and security are very important, they're not everything. This card acknowledges that you're independent, but it also wants you to be open to receiving more when it comes to love, intimacy, and affection. It reminds you that you deserve that, a romantic reward, you know. As far as career and work, this card brings the energy of independence and self-sufficiency. The card is pointing to a person who is self-employed. Whether or not this is the case, the card represents material security and an overall sense of well-being and success. You can accomplish and achieve even more, but the reality is that you don't have to. You're in a good place in your life right now where your needs are being met. You have sufficient finances and there's wiggle room for spending. Whatever has been working for you is something you want to continue. As far as personal and spiritual, the energy of this card in a reading will give you permission to take the alone time you need in order to achieve a state of peace and well-being. This card does not all focus on what others are doing. It wants you to do what's in your best interest and to enjoy your time, what you want to indulge in. The Pentacles are ruled by the element of earth, so nature is where you will most likely find yourself being restored. Your main focus is on maintaining material security, but also on gratitude, enjoying the moment, you know, smelling the roses, playing with your pet, stopping to see scenic views. In the reversal, the Nine of Pentacles represents the moment when you realize that money can't buy your happiness. You might have all the resources and wealth in the world that you need, but it doesn't fill the void in your heart. And that is the reversal of the Nine of Pentacles.